Empress Leyla, the first Sultana of the Ottoman Empire, 1575. The first female Sultana of the Ottoman Empire. A historical fantasy novel by drama queen. Prologue: The Palace of Shadows. Topkapi Palace, year 1575. The air was heavy with incense and whispers. Sultan Murad III lay lifeless upon his golden bed, the crescent moon glinting faintly through the latticed windows. For the first time in Ottoman history, no male heir stood ready to claim the throne. But fate had already chosen its light, his eldest daughter, Leyla Hatun. She was 20 years old, a young woman of breathtaking beauty and boundless intellect. Her fair complexion, blue eyes, and soft brown hair glowed under the dim lantern light. Yet her true strength lay not in her beauty, but in her mind, courage, and compassion. Leyla was unlike any princess before her. She spoke English fluently, had studied the sciences, and loved learning about inventions and devices far beyond her centuries' understanding. She designed new fabrics, baked delicate sweets, wrote stories and poems, and even forged her own jeweled daggers. She believed knowledge was the real crown of a ruler. When the Imperial Council hesitated to name her sultan, she stood before them in white silk robes and said calmly, "If my father trusted me to read the empire's heart, then Allah himself has written this destiny. I am not here to be obeyed because I am woman, but because I am capable." Silence fell. The Grand Vizier bowed his head. And so, Leyla became the first Sultana of the Ottoman Empire. Chapter 1: The Sultana's Rule. The news spread like fire through Istanbul. Some rejoiced, some doubted. The Janissaries whispered in the barracks, could a woman truly lead them? Leyla knew the empire was not built by power alone. It was built with hearts. Her first decree shocked the court. From this day forward, no prince or royal child shall be killed in the name of succession. Every child of the empire deserves to live. Tears filled the eyes of mothers across the palace. The cruel custom of fratricide, the killing of royal brothers, was abolished forever. She reformed the Imperial Council, appointing not only noblemen, but also scholars, poets, doctors, and architects. She opened schools for girls, believing education was the key to strength. "Let every daughter learn not to bow," she said, "but to rise." Leyla taught swordsmanship to the palace maidens herself. Every week, she trained them in the gardens, her blade flashing beneath the sunlight. "A woman's life is her own kingdom," she told them. "Learn to defend it." Chapter 2: The Loyal Guard. Among her guards was a man named Ern Bey, a tall, broad-shouldered warrior with dark eyes and quiet loyalty. He had served her father once, but now his heart belonged entirely to the new sultana. Ern admired her not only as his ruler, but as a woman who had changed destiny itself. She often caught him watching her silently during council meetings, his expression unreadable. One evening, while inspecting the palace garden after a storm, Leyla stumbled and nearly fell into a fountain. Ern caught her hand just in time. The scent of jasmine surrounded them. "You should not walk alone, Your Majesty," he murmured. "I was never alone," she replied softly, her eyes meeting his. That night marked the beginning of a silent love, a bond forbidden by royal law, but pure in its devotion. Chapter 3: The Golden Age of Leyla. Under her reign, the Ottoman Empire blossomed. Leyla negotiated peace with Persia, signing the Treaty of Amity. Trade routes opened, art flourished, and poets sang her name in coffeehouses across Istanbul. She encouraged the creation of new inventions, early prototypes of mechanical clocks, silk looms, and water mills. She even ordered the translation of English texts into Ottoman Turkish, saying, "The world is one book, written in many tongues. I wish to read them all." Her reign was called the Age of Light. Chapter 4: Love and Legacy. Though forbidden, Leyla and Ern's love grew deeper. Late at night, they would meet in the quiet palace library, their fingers brushing over ancient maps and letters. She trusted him above all others, her sword in the dark, her peace in the storm. Years later, when the empire had entered its most prosperous age, she secretly married him in a quiet ceremony attended by only her most loyal attendants. From their union came 4 children. 2 sons, Prince Emir and Prince Jem. And 2 daughters, Princess Eileen and Princess Zeynep. Unlike past sultans, Leyla raised them with love, not fear. She taught them to read, to write poetry, to fight, and most importantly, to be kind. Her children would later become known as the 4 stars of the crescent, symbols of hope and unity. Chapter 5: The Eternal Empress. When Leyla grew older, her rule was still strong, her people devoted. She walked among her citizens, unguarded, beloved by all. She built the House of Women's Wisdom, a school for medicine, writing, and defense, where girls from every province could learn freely. At her final speech to the council, she said, "I was not born to wear the crown of a man. I was born to remake it, to prove that justice, compassion, and knowledge are the true emblems of power." After her passing, the empire mourned for 40 days. But her legacy lived forever, in the peace she created, the laws she changed, and the hearts she healed. Even centuries later, bards still sing her name. She was beauty and mind, heart and blade. The Sultana who rewrote fate. Cherry Blossom Epilogue. They say that on quiet nights, when the moon shines over Topkapi, the sound of a woman's laughter drifts through the garden. Some say it's the wind. Others whisper it's Leyla, still watching her empire, with Aaron's spirit by her side, guarding her eternal peace.